A strong typhoon is rapidly intensifying on its way to its final landfall, and there is another system following it which is going to be much larger and much stronger. And while development remains possible in the Western Caribbean, it remains uncertain on if it does develop, where will it go. And there is more information on Melissa. It's CVS Cyclone, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Typhoon Kalmagi currently has 115 1-minute sustained winds. In the Western Pacific, their main thing is 10-minute sustained winds. I don't really know why. It doesn't really make sense to me. So I go by 1-minute sustained winds, and that's also what Zoom Earth does. So 115, that's the equivalent to a Category 3 hurricane in the Atlantic. So this is now major hurricane status. This is also now very strong typhoon status, and throughout the day today it has rapidly intensified from 80, I believe that was this morning, no, that was yesterday, from 85 this morning now to 115. Yesterday was forecast to reach a peak intensity of 110 miles an hour. Now it's forecast to reach a peak intensity of 125. It could even be stronger than that. It's moving west at about 20-ish miles an hour, which feels fast for me after just watching Melissa move very slowly throughout its lifespan. But that's about average for average forward speed for a tropical cyclone. It could be a little stronger than 125, maybe even reaching 130, 135. It should make landfall in Vietnam around noon tomorrow, maybe 11 o'clock. So by the time I do my video tomorrow, it'll likely have made landfall. Tropical depression Phuong Nguyen has been named, even though it's still a tropical depression. It currently has 35-mile-an-hour sustained winds. It is surprisingly not a tropical storm yet, but I do expect it to do so. I will show you something in a moment. But right now it is forecast to reach a peak intensity of 125 miles an hour and weaken a little bit before making landfall. It seems like it could weaken pretty significantly before landfall. I'm not sure if that's related to an owl replacement cycle or unfavorable conditions. More likely unfavorable conditions, because owl replacement cycles are hard to predict. I want to show you the radar in where the system's outer bands. We are thankfully able to get the radar where the system's outer bands are. Slovakian radar. This website is growing, so there will be a lot of new radars hopefully coming soon, which will be very helpful. But if we look at the radar in the Northern Mariana Islands, if it'll work, I don't think it's working. Oh, here it is. You can see these rain bands moving through. Heavy rains, but this is the outskirts of this very large system. It will likely have a very large wind field as we go later and the storm intensifies. The forecast models for both of these systems, starting with Kalmagi, the Google AI forecast model shows it intensifying a little more, but this is also kind of an outdated model run, so it shows it intensifying into almost a Cat 4, then weakening to a Cat 2 before making landfall in the Philippines. And then for Phuong Nguyen, it shows it reaching Category 5 status, which I do think is going to happen, and then weakening to a Category 3 or 2 before making landfall in the Philippines, and then continuing into Taiwan, making landfall as a weak typhoon or a strong tropical storm. But that's by next Wednesday, so that's about a week from now. So this system's probably going to last a long time. The forecast models for our potential system in the Western Caribbean, the European forecast model, they show a big buildup of rain like they have the past few days. However, they show it staying over land and not developing. If it stays over land, it won't develop. However, if it goes over water, it will. So it really depends. That's the big uncertainty on the system. The GFS shows this developing before hitting land, and then they're in a model run right now. But they show it maybe developing into a tropical storm, which would get the name Nestor. And more information on Melissa. The damage is now up to $6 billion. This is now the costliest Jamaican natural disaster in history, and this $6 billion is just in Jamaica. Unfortunately, it's killed 83 people. However, that number has stayed the same since yesterday. Hopefully, that number stays there. And then this made landfall as a 185 mile an hour Category 5 hurricane, but it could have been stronger. It could have been upwards of 200 miles an hour. The hurricane hunters hadn't been in it for a while, up until the point it made landfall, so it's very possible. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see ya.